So today we're going to learn how to use Storyboard so that in class you can have your kids share their learning through these comic-like storyboards instead of something more boring and more traditional like turning in a paper or maybe creating a presentation. So we'll go ahead and get started and just kind of take a look at what we have here. First, you'll start by default with just a very simple 3-scene storyboard. This is the free version. You can upgrade to a premium plan for some additional features, but I found the basic version seems to do just fine. And you don't even have to create an account to use it, but I did. So down at the bottom you kind of have your layout, cells, move cells, copy. A lot of the things like advanced tools and the storyboard layouts aren't available to you. You can change everything over here on the left, like having titles above the cells or descriptions below. I'm not going to do those right now. I'm just going to keep this cell only. And if you want to have more, you can always click on Add Cells, and that allows you to get up to 3x1 or 3x2. That's the max. If you want to go beyond that, it's going to ask you to upgrade. So again, six cells seems to be enough for max. Up at the top you have everything else: scenes, characters, shapes. So you can see under scenes there's lots of you can choose from. So town, home, school. So you can snag and drag it in like that, and then once you have it in, you can do a lot with the colors. You want the floor to be a certain color. Chairs you can change up. You can add filters on it as well. Lots of things that you can do. So we'll leave that there. Then you can go grab characters. Like I said, there's lots of different ones here that you can pick from. Once you pick one, you can just kind of drag it in there, and you can change the height of the characters, choose their skin, choose their hair, change their outfits if you want, and then you can change their pose, like if they're talking or walking. We'll leave this one at speaking. Then you can go get some of these textables. They're just speech bubbles. There's also signs, and if you want to make it comic style. So we'll use this little speech bubble here. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in, like if I was a kid and I was going to share something new I learned, I might say like, today I learned about the partial product math strategy. Alright, so there, boom, your first scene. So then they go and then they would make the next scene. Maybe it's something like this. And if you want to, I believe you can copy the character over again. There's a little, looks like the paste button there. Now you have two characters, so I can drag it over and not have to recreate it. So I'm going to change the pose. I guess sitting would be kind of weird. I guess you would be sitting on the desk. So for this one, I'll go back to the textables. I'm going to choose another comic mouth here and say, first what you have to do is break apart the number into tens and ones. You also have this option called Worksheets, where you kind of get these, word banks, lines, things like this, things that you can type in. So I'm just going to grab one of these scene outlines like this. So now I can actually type in it like if I'm trying to teach an equation. So 28 times 6, then I can hit enter and say 20 plus 8 times 6. Put a little space in there. So you can see I'm now using the distributive property here. If I want to change the background, I can. Or I can resize this so that it's bigger. Change the font size so it's easier to read. And I'm not going to finish the whole thing, but you can start to see how I can use this to, if I'm a kid and I've learned something, I can use this to share what I know. So pretty cool tool, and I know kids will love it because of the kind of comic book piece. So good luck. Hope you can use this with your kids.